Alright, so as you may have seen the video prior to this, we have released, by we I mean CanCube, a new line of puzzles, premium puzzles, called Maple. So we've done the Volk and the YueXiao Pro. The reason we chose to do that is because, one, the Volk is really great and there's no mass-produced magnetic version of it. So by doing a premium version of that, I think we fit a category that hasn't really been hit yet. With the YueXiao Pro, this puzzle is my favorite puzzle right now. I don't think any other cube has the same level of crunchiness that this cube has. Obviously everyone has their own preferences, but that's why we chose to do the YueXiao Pro. I just love it a lot. So we set them up, tensioned, magnetized, and lubricated all of these puzzles. So let's get at what you get in the box. Alright, so your cube will come with a really nice looking custom Maple logo. In my opinion, of course, I'm a little biased. So there she is, pretty cool modified CanCube logo, and kind of like the color of maple syrup was the inspiration for it, keeping it Canadian. So besides the cube, you get the typical cube stand, MoYu cards here, and then as well as a screwdriver to tension and your manual and your tensioning tools. Now you've seen everything else fall out right now, so I'll address those. In each one, I just included a small little note to early adopters just to thank them for participating in the Maple Cubes and asking them for their opinion, of course. Everyone's opinion is really crucial at this point. I want to know what everyone thinks of them. I personally love them, obviously, but again, I'm biased. And then you get your Maple ID card. So the number indicates which cube it is out of the set that we've made. We only made 5 YueXiao Pros and 4 Volks, and they're going pretty fast. We only have 1 Volk left and 4 Pros at the time of making this video. And the first letter here just indicates which cube it is, the Guoguan YueXiao or the Volk. So that's just to help me identify that, you know, you did get this from CanCube. In case there's any issues with it, I can then send you replacement parts, stickers, whatever. And it's also just kind of cool to have with your puzzle, so keep that on you. They're all laminated. They're pretty nice in my opinion. But yeah, so all of that stuff doesn't really matter so much, I suppose. What's more important, obviously, because it's a premium setup puzzle, is how it turns and what we did to it. Okay, so each puzzle is also offered in black and stickerless. We chose not to do white just because of, you know, we're doing a really limited release of these puzzles until we make more in the future. I just don't know when that's going to be. So we stuck with stickerless and black for now, just because those are the most popular. I know a few of you really like white. I also like white, so I apologize for that. Maybe in the future. Anyways, what we've actually done to the puzzles. So each cube is magnetized with N35 4x2s, and then each cube is also lubricated. Now, this puzzle here I set aside for 4 days, which is approximately how long the shipments will take, depending on where you live in Canada, just so I could feel what it will be like after it's arrived in shipping. So I haven't turned this yet, except for what you just saw of me doing like this, and the goal here being that it's not crazy gummy right out of the box. So we've worked in the lube a decent amount, because a lot of premium puzzles come really, really, really gummy, and they take a lot of sols to set up. And everyone just kind of accepts that as, well, okay, it's a premium puzzle, it'll take a lot to set up. But we put in the work to try and make sure that these puzzles were worked and the lube was distributed. Of course, the lube will set. So I expect this to be resistant for the first solve or 2, and then for it to speed right back up. There is a, we did use both heavyweight and I guess low viscosity, lightweight lubricant in these puzzles to give it a very stable feeling with the heavyweight, and then to give it speed with the lightweight. Alright, so let's just do some first turns on each of the layers, I suppose. Okay, so the first turn on each of the layers, yeah, it stuck a tiny bit, but that's just because the lube obviously set over the few days. But it's right back to regular speed now, and it's not gummy. So we made sure that these cubes had a lot of lube in them to extend the duration of their lifespan, right? We wanted it to feel like there's lube in this puzzle, and I think that goal was achieved. You can even hear from the sound of it. I'll try and get it close to the camera now so you can hear the sound. Yeah, so these YueXiaos, they're already crunchy, and now we add in that silicone lubricant, and you can really feel it in there. It definitely makes it a lot more stable, and it doesn't feel dry, which is really nice. That was the goal with them. Add thick lubricant to keep them stable, not too fast, and just keep them at a pretty good speed. So to add on to that, the stability of this puzzle. The YueXiao is already a pretty crazy stable cube. It doesn't, it's crunchy, it's solid, it feels well built. And one of the things, one of the reasons why it feels so well built or almost heavy is because the plastic is actually quite thick on these guys. So because it's so thick and because it's so stable, we used N35s on it because we didn't need a very clicky puzzle. So this has magnets in it, the N35s as I mentioned, but they won't give that same tactile bump that something like the will give. Alright, so now just to wrap everything up that we've talked about, this cube is magnetized, but it's not going to provide a crazy tactile bump. It will add stability. It is not going to add something like the has. So if you're looking for magnets that are strong like that replicate something of a ball bearing, this puzzle is not going to have that. I prefer lighter magnets anyways, and I feel like many people do. That's why the SM was so popular. But yeah, for tensions, it's set up to a very controllable setting. You shouldn't have to change it too much. If anything, maybe loosen it a tad to your liking. Everyone likes something different though. But yeah, this will not pop on you, and it definitely will not lock up. For lube, we put in heavyweight and lightweight so that you get something that's controllable via the heavyweight and something that's a little faster. So this is on the medium to fast scale of puzzles. So yeah, that covers pretty much everything on this cube. You get a nice pretty little ID card there, thank you card, and then everything else that comes in the box. People have been asking me which of the two is my favorite, and I liked the YueXiao Pro better before, and I like it better now. I think it just has a better feeling to it, but that is my personal preference. I know a lot of people like the Volk better in general, but yeah, this one is definitely my favorite and is definitely my main. But that is it for now. So this one I'm keeping personally for myself because I like them so much, but we are going to talk about the Volk, the Maple Volk, in the next video. For now, we've talked everything we could about the YueXiao Pro. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.